Hey there, fellow guitar players and music lovers. Walt here, and today I want to share with you my favorite pick, and that is a thumb pick, a Fred Kelly thumb pick, Bumblebee pick. And through the years, I've used all kinds of different picks, but I found this to be my favorite to use. And I used to use several types of picks here. In my jazz guitar days, I would use a Jim Dunlop jazz pick, very thin, or fairly thick pick, but very small pick. And you can play fairly fast with it. And that's before I discovered finger picking technique. I've used for many years, I used a Fender, I'm not sure of the model, but it's an extra heavy Fender pick, and I really like the sound of it. So I would, instead of using the pointed end of the pick, I would use the butt end of the pick. And as a trick that I learned from Robben Ford, a Robben Ford video, it makes the picking a little easier and it sounds a little smoother. It's not as sharp. It's easier to play your strings too. It's a nice warm sound. So it's pretty much my second favorite pick. And of course, when I would use it, I would do, I'd have to use like a hybrid picking if I would, pick with my fingers and the pick at the same time. And then for a while, I even used a Gypsy pick. These things are super thick, and they have I used this for many years, so it's worn out, but it's beveled on the ends, and it's really, if you're playing rhythm, it really gives you a pretty big chunky sound, so I really do like it. And if I'm playing like a Gypsy rhythm or whatnot, I would use this pick. But generally these days I'm playing a lot of solo guitar stuff. I'm using my thumb pick, and my fingers to play. So I get the best of both worlds by doing that. So I'm able to pick and use the fingers, so I can go back and forth between. And then I can actually even hybrid picking very easily. And I'll show you that again. So hybrid picking would be picking with your pick and then your fingers, right? So I'm doing this type of technique. And a lot of times when I'm soloing, I might use the pick part of it and my fingers, so I'm going back and forth. So I've just grown to love the Fred Kelly Bumblebee jazz guitar pick, and I think it's extra heavy. I'll share the website with you in a minute. The cool thing about how I discovered this pick was it's been a few years now, over maybe 10 years. I had a friend share with me Chet Atkins Appreciation Society. And they put on a Chet Atkins Convention every year, and it is the most amazing convention you'll ever go to if you're a guitar player. It's, I think, 3 to 4 nights of endless guitar players. Play multiple styles of music, but it's all influenced by Chet Atkins. I never was much of a Chet Atkins fan growing up, but I've grown to appreciate his style and music, even though I don't play his music. Just using the techniques he uses, the fingerstyle picking, has made a big difference. Along with that, I discovered Tommy Emmanuel. And Tommy Emmanuel really is my favorite finger picker and just guitar player all around. I round in the fingerstyle type of playing. And I love Tommy because he does not use fake nails. He only uses the tips of his fingers. A lot of guitar players put they'll put acrylic nails on their fingers and they give them tips on their fingers so they can play, and it's easier to attack the string. But Tommy uses just his fingertips, right? So you're not even doing nails. So over time, you'll get calluses and you'll actually adjust your playing to where it sounds pretty good. I used to use fake nails for many years, and my technique was better, but I was willing to compromise a bit of technique to get a more uniform sound and not to have to deal with these fake nails anymore. They was a real hassle, and I got tired of it. So over the years, I really got used to it. And I will tell you, it took about a year for me to really just find my feel with it, but I just kept using it. So it's become my favorite pick to use, and I really don't use the other picks that much anymore. I try to make myself use a flat pick every once in a while just to change it up. Hey, and there are several types of thumb picks available too. The regular traditional thumb picks, which you find, and I don't know about anybody else here, but I've just found them just much harder to play with. I've just found the Bumblebee pick to be the greatest pick, man, because it just covers all the bases for you. And you've got the pick right there on your finger. You don't have to put the pick in your mouth anymore or throw it on the floor or whatever. So I just love it. I'll show you a couple of websites, and I'll put links in the video in the description below. Chet Atkins Appreciation Society is just the greatest. Really is one of my favorite things I've ever done for a convention. It's just love it. And I haven't gone for a few years, but eventually I hope to go back. And the membership, if you go to chetsociety.com, that's the homepage for the appreciation. You can learn all about that there. There's a membership as well. And then the convention, which goes on every year, and they're just the greatest performers in the world, man. These are just the top. Just all of them are just incredible. And they're very approachable and easy to check out. And this is at chetsociety.com/convention. And it's usually in July every year. I would highly recommend you check that out. If you have not, you will love it. So that's how I was introduced to Tommy Emmanuel and some of these other guitar players that I really just love. And then the pick I discovered at the convention, the Fred Kelly Bumblebee pick. So just go to fredkellypicks.com. They've got all kinds of cool picks, man. Finger picks. This is my jazz. I do this jazz pick, Bumblebee jazz pick, and I use the heavy. I think the extra heavy is what I use, and I like a regular size. But they got different sizes and shapes of picks. They just endless. Finger picks for all your other fingers if you want to get into that. I've been playing quite a while, so I like to keep things fairly simple these days. So I'm really loving the Fred Kelly Bumblebee pick, my favorite. You just cover so many bases with it, man. It's just amazing. And the cool thing is when you get rid of the acrylic nails on the fingernails, man, you have a really nice uniform sound. So I've just grown to just appreciate Tommy Emmanuel sharing this technique, and it's been a huge inspiration for me. Hey, if you have any questions on guitar picks, let me know in the comments, or if you have any questions on your guitar technique, let me know. And I'll be sure to answer your questions and maybe shoot you a video if you got an idea of what you want. You have something for me to share. Also go to my website, primevibemusic.com, book a lesson with me. So head on over there. Till the next time, man, keep playing your guitars and loving music.